Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I've got another client tutorial for you. So just starting off by cleansing the client's face with some Essano Rosehip Micellar water, and then just following up with the simple oil-free moisturiser and popping that on the client's skin. And then popping on some Essano Rosehip eye cream under her eyes and also some Paw Paw Ointment onto her lips. So let's start off with the brows first, and I'm using the Senna brow palette and I'm using the shades Taupe and Espresso and just running that through the client's brows. She's got beautiful brows because they've been tattooed by our fabulous lady here. Shout out to you, Hayley. Just going to prep the eyelids for eyeshadow, and I'm using the Maybelline Master Conceal in the shade Light Medium and just popping that all over the lid. And then going back to that Senna brow palette, I'm using the Browlite shade just to set that concealer down. Now the two eyeshadow palettes I'm using are the Viseart 01 Netural Matte and the Viseart 06 Paris Nude. So going into the matte palette first, I used sort of transition shades, what do you call them? They're sort of like really light orangey brown colours, and I popped them through the crease, and then I also went in with some mid-tone browns. Now just going into the sort of shimmery palette and using sort of a champagne and a pink on the inner corner, and then using sort of a copper tone through that middle part of the lid to make it pop. And then going in with a dark brown and a dark black, well, black is always dark, out of the matte palette and popping it on the outer corner with a pencil brush. So just going in and intensifying the colour, adding more, and then I will go in and blend it out. These palettes are unbelievably pigmented, so if you're a professional makeup artist, definitely look at getting some of the Viseart palettes in your kit. They're just next level. So just going in with some of the Sigma Gel Liner in Wicked and just popping a nice thin line along the top lash line to help disguise the lashes that we pop on later. And then I also just use the black out of the Viseart matte palette to blend out. And then I also just sort of pretty much mirrored those exact same colours on the lower lash line, and just so that it all looks nice and cohesive. And then I'm just going to clean up under the eye area as well once I have set that eyeliner down with the black. And I just use the Essano Rosehip Micellar water to clean up any fallout. And just popping on some primer. The first primer that I'm using is the Hourglass Mineral Veil Primer. I find that this really helps keep the face matte, and it's one of those beautiful primers. And then I also use the Stila One Step Correct just to help colour correct some of the redness and tones on the client's face. Then just setting the brows with the Rimmel Brow This Way mascara in the clear, and then popping on a light layer of the Smashbox Studio Skin Foundation in the shade 3.0, and just using a beauty blender to apply that. And just doing some colour correcting first, and I'm using the NYX Dark Circle Corrector in medium just under the sort of inner part of the eye, and then using the Maybelline Master Conceal in light medium again just to do a little bit of concealing around the face through that middle part. And I've used a colour that's slightly lighter than her skin tone just to use as a highlighter as well. And just using some of the Purely Cosmetic Silica powder to wedge between the layers of foundation before I go in and do the airbrushing. So I'm using the Elementtwo Canvas Blend Airbrush Foundation in the shades 04 and 05, and just popping that on the client's face using my airbrush machine. I was just trying to think, what brand is my airbrush machine? I have a small Elementtwo one that I take when I go on mobile, and then this one is, I just can't remember. Bad Kate. And just setting under the eyes with the Ben Nye Media Pro Bella Powder Palette in 02 and 03, and then just setting the rest of her face with the same palette using Bella 07. And then I'm just going to do a little bit of bronzing, and I'm using MAC Sculpt and Too Faced Chocolate Soleil Bronzer, just using that around the perimeter of the client's face. And onto some blush now, and I'm using the Benefit blushes in Rocketeur and Coralista, and then using the Smashbox Casey Holmes Spotlight palette in Pearl to highlight the client's face, tops of the cheekbones, inner corner, down the nose, and the Cupid's bow. And popping on some falsies now, and I'm using the Model Rock false lashes in Demi Wispies, and I've cut these into trios, and I'm just applying them in each trio to the client's eye, and I use the Model Rock Lash Glue in dark. And I also popped on some Rimmel 100% waterproof mascara, which I did that off camera. And we had a bit of a technical issue, and basically I had to go in and use another camera, my vlog one, so it's changed up a little bit, but I'm just using the Model Rock liquid lipstick in You Move Me, and then I just set the client's face with the Rimmel Insta Fix and Go primer and setting spray. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial, guys. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and I can't wait to see you in my next video. Bye guys!